Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to walk you through on how to create your own chicken foot talisman for protection. Okay, people hear the word chicken foot and they're like, ew, gross. But it is very common. Chicken feet are very commonly used in hoodoo for protection of the home. First thing you want to get is you're going to want to get yourself some raw chicken feet. Now you can pick these up at a butcher shop. Sometimes you can find them in your local food area, or I'm sorry, meat area in your grocery store. And you're going to want to first and foremost get these things dry, because the last thing you want to do is have a chicken foot decomposing on your front door. So you're going to want to immerse these things, bury these things in a dish of either regular salt or table salt. I have probably about 15 chicken feet in this container that have been drying for months and months and months. So these were actually given to me by someone in the community that came back from Guatemala. Thank you, Seth. I appreciate it greatly. So a shout out to him for giving me these. All right, so once you have your chicken feet dried, and make sure when you put them into dry, you cover them completely with salt to cut down on that stinky, decomposing smell that happens when meat begins to rot and dry. They're going to stink. I ain't even going to lie. They're going to stink. But, alright, so I have my dried chicken foot, and as you can see, I have started to paint this one blue and white. You can use regular acrylic paints. You can pick them up at Walmart. You can pick them up at your local craft store. Doesn't matter what color. I prefer using like blue and white against the evil eye, or strictly black. Now, normally chicken feet, again, are used for protection. However, you can also use chicken feet to scratch someone, if you know what I mean. So if you have someone that is giving you a hard time and you just want to screw up their whole day, you can also use these to make their day just miserable. I wouldn't recommend it because, you know, we all have that little thing called karma, but it is what it is, so you do you. Now, you have your chicken foot and you've got it painted like you want. Now, the thing I also recommend doing is once you have the chicken foot painted the way that you want it, is get yourself a poly coat or a paint on varnish, some kind of sealer, because you're going to be hanging this on the outside of your door, and exposed to the weather, the paint's going to flake off and you're going to end up having problems with it not looking maybe as pretty as you'd like it to. So if you really want to, just go ahead, get yourself some spray poly or brush on varnish or gloss, and that will seal your chicken foot. For making your talismans, you can make them any kind of way. For this one, I'm going to be using some feathers and some, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can get that in focus a little bit better. Some strong beads with a tiny key on the end. This is simply a hawthorn spike, nice and pointy for protection. And then I'm going to add this cute little skull bead that I picked up at Michael's. For this one, I'm going to use just straight up regular twine and a hot glue gun, which is going to be your best friend. And so let's kind of walk through how to put this thing together. Okay, so you have your chicken foot. It's all varnished, it's painted, it's sealed, it's ready to go. So what I like to do is when you're looking at the end, you notice at the very tip, you're going to have an opening where the bone has been kind of exposed. I will just simply take some of these little feathers that I have and begin to put them in there, like, if I can get that in there. Sometimes these don't go in as well. All right, so like so. So we have our chicken foot with some feathers. Then for this one, I'm probably going to mount it onto this longer feather like so. So let's take our handy dandy twine, and of course I forgot to bring some scissors, so I'm going to try and break this. Alright, so I have my nice little bit of twine, I have my feather, I have my feathers mounted, and probably going to bring this up just a little bit more. So, and then I'm going to begin to wrap my twine around like so. And you can use any color string, you can use beads of all kinds. It all depends on what you yourself want to do and what feels right to you. So I'm winding. I'm going to go ahead and tie it off down here. Like so. And okay, so I have where it's looking like so. Now at this point I'm going to take my little skull and I'm just going to slip it on the end here like so, and then maybe I will take my beads and hook them in like somewhere on here in the twine. Maybe if I can get it in there so that they hang like so. And then I can add my little hawthorn spike in through here so it hangs. I can add another key. Now you can embellish these or as much as you like. You can use pretty much anything that you want when you're doing your chicken foot. And once you get all of it together like so and decorated to how you want to do it, you can also add gree bags with protective herbs. You can add stones and crystals, whatever it is that you want to your chicken foot talisman. And then once you do that, once it's complete, then you're going to make a little loop and you're going to hang it on the front of your door. And that is going to be how you put together a chicken foot talisman for protection. Now, as you notice, I did not use my hot glue gun, but as I'm adding these things, normally I would be hot gluing them in. But for this tutorial, I just kind of wanted to walk you through how you yourself can create your chicken foot. Now, once you've created your chicken foot and it's decorated the way you want it, what I do with mine is I like to go ahead and I will place them on a bed of protective herbs on my altar and let them charge for 9 days and burn a protection candle to add into that energy. So you can set this on a bed of herbs. You can surround this with crystals, however you want to charge it. And once those 9 days are up and you're ready to go ahead and hang this thing, then you just hang it on your front door. And folks, that is how you make your very own chicken foot protection talisman. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and please hit that like or subscribe button, and we will see you all on the next tutorial.